Hello, everyone. Welcome to Behind the Blocks. I'm Smiley.
I'm BGCUBED. That's my bit.
And oh my God. Okay, and we have a guest with us today.
As always,
Hey guys,
you're
how's it
Rusty.
going?
Okay, this is Mr. One Main World here. Is that what you want us to call you, or is that?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
that'd be
awesome.
great.
Okay, awesome. He's on his phone right now, so he's not exactly wearing his traditional skin, but he is here.
We had a bit of setup issue,
Yeah,
but we're all prepared and set up now.
yeah,
Hey, things happen for a reason, and now we're here at least.
yes.
It all worked out.
Exactly.
And now I can finally. My character's gonna be still for a second. I can finally open this Coke.
Oh yeah, he had a can of Coca-Cola waiting well before the recording started, and he's just been
It's
so
been like an hour.
anxious to open it up during
Oh,
the
that's awesome.
recording.
Is it just like regular? Is it diet? What is it?
Regular
Oh, great.
regular
That's awesome.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, no, I'm like
There's a bit where he drinks or eats something during every single episode
Yeah.
so far, so he has to have it.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like when you watch a movie, you can't. Apparently, Smiley. I already said this earlier, before starting the recording. Apparently, Smiley can't relate, but it's like when you're watching a movie and you have a bunch of food and stuff. You can't eat that food until the movie starts. That's how I am.
That's right. But you see, inherently, a movie with food is flawed because how long does it realistically take you to eat a meal, right?
That's what I talk about.
And then the movie's like 2 hours. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I've inhaled half the popcorn bucket before even halfway through the movie start. Like it is going through.
and then in the movie theaters, it's different because then they show, all these ads or whatever.
Yeah, they
or
want you to suffer.
previews. Yeah, they literally want you to suffer, and then they you end up starting like 30 minutes after the movie start time. It's ridiculous. But
And so you're just like
for that other.
you're sat down like munching your popcorn or drinking your pop, and like you're all out when the movie actually starts getting exciting. So you're stuck holding this popcorn bucket, just like, what do I do with this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! In the Minecraft movie, it doesn't even matter with that. All that popcorn's being thrown. It doesn't even matter.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no.
I never got out to go see it. I need to go see it.
Same. So
Yeah,
don't
no.
spoil anything, BG. We haven't.
Oh,
we both haven't seen
I haven't
it yet.
seen it either. I haven't seen it either.
Oh,
Or
okay.
actually, no, I've seen a bunch of clips because there's been a bunch of clips thrown out there where people were throwing popcorn and stuff. Oh my gosh, that Coke is starting to come up.
Did people actually like throw popcorn like
Yes.
everywhere, or was that just like a TikTok thing?
Everywhere. Somebody brought in a live chicken.
I've seen people these like videos on like TikTok or YouTube where a scene pops up in the Minecraft movie and people actually like stand up so fast their popcorn buckets go flying.
Wow, that's crazy. Like I thought maybe like it was for the TikTok, maybe like a handful of theaters it happened, but like did it happen at your local theater when you went to go see it?
I didn't go.
We both, a couple of my friends went to go watch the movie, and they came back and told me that like literally people were yelling at the screen when clips
Oh
came
my
up, and
gosh.
people were actually throwing popcorn. So that's an actual thing that's happening, and not just like a bit where like popcorn actually
Yeah.
does go flying.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember they did that with the Minion movie too. Like I remember seeing stuff and people going wild in the same sort of way. They just go crazy. That's funny.
I think I remember like when the Minions was happening, people like were banned from. I'm pretty sure they were all wearing like suits or something.
Yeah.
And people got banned from seeing like the Minion movie because people kept showing up in suits, and apparently the theaters are like, no suits.
Yeah. They,
And,
like,
like,
you're
completely,
easy
like,
target.
ban
You're
people.
easily identifiable. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Okay, so with that out of the way, this is a long intro. You guys don't know Mr. One Main. Why don't you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the guest of the show. So
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, so I originally, I used to play Minecraft a lot, just like every other, kid or most kids around the world, when I was younger, 12, 13, right when it first came out around, 2011, 2000. Well, I guess it came out in 2009. But anyway, I would play around 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, and all those subsequent years. There was a server that I really enjoyed playing, and it was great. There was a lot of people. I met a lot of cool friends. I played with, my school friends, and it was just a really cool experience. I loved it so much. It was a place where, my friends and I can like rendezvous because especially nowadays, like, I grew up right at the tail end of like when it was like normal kind of to just go out and play all day with the neighborhood kids and stuff, and you're out all day. Now, I mean, it slowly transitioned quickly to that not being the case, and a lot of people started getting isolated. So a couple of years ago, I came up with the idea. I was like, hey, I it would be cool to make a server, and just kind of see like where it leads to. And maybe, people can make the same type of friends that I made growing up and on the server that I played on. And that server is gone now. It was called 0TX. It was this Australian guy, he had this server, and it was really, really cool. But then I was like, hey, you know what? I don't really know a lot of servers that have that same energy to it. At least, I mean, there's a million servers that come up online every day, and maybe that's the problem because it was so saturated.
It's because like there's no like accessibility for variety now. It's
Yeah,
all the same copy paste examples of servers.
yeah, definitely. That is definitely in the mix there. So I just said, let me have a crack at this. So I tried a couple years ago, and it failed like a bunch of times. I tried making one iteration of like a PvP server, and nothing. Then I was like, okay, well, I mean, that kind of failed. So I kind of shut down operations there. And then I tried it again, and it kind of failed. I tried like an anarchy, whatever server, and it kind of failed. It kind of fizzled out. And at the same time, I was kind of building a YouTube channel. Um, and I don't have a lot of followers now, but I built it up to like, I mean subscribers. I built it up to like 2,500 or 2,600 subscribers, and I would get videos that consistently got like 10,000 views, but no one would join. It was like really strange. Like no one would join the server. I was like indirectly advertising the server, saying come play on the server, and I mean I'd get a bunch of views, but no joins. Um, so then I had another crack at it. This was like my third crack at it. And I shut it down because you start something and it doesn't, you work so hard at something, it doesn't take off, and you're like, all right, forget it.
Like you
At least
lose
that
all
was my
motivation.
mindset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I,
you
I
start
kind of
spending.
lost the motivation and stuff like that. So then I had the third crack at it, and the third crack, I actually started getting some players. We actually, amassed 150 total unique logins, and it was like a very small player base, but nonetheless, I was proud of it. I was
Yeah,
like, hey, and these people were like really tight knit. They became kind of friends. Excuse me. And I saw it. It was like really great, but the problem is like, I was spending all this money on the server, and it sucked up so much of my time. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just, after about a couple months, I was like, all right, well, we have these 10 players that are on consistently. They were on like 20 hours a day. I
Oh,
kid you not, like they were on all the
jeez.
time. Yeah, they were like grinding, and just it was a good place to be because they were all really close, and they all became like really really kind of good friends, I guess, on cyber friends.
yeah.
And we all had like a Discord, and it was great. And then I kind of fizzled out, and I kind of started my career, my IRL career, and
Mhm.
that's kept me really busy. And then fast forward a couple months later, I kind of felt that little hole. I wanted like a little passion project, something a little more like creative, and I said, you know what, let me just try this one more time. And an old friend of mine from way back in the day that we used to play on that 0TX server approached me. He's like, "Hey, what happened to your server? Let's make it. Let's do a server." And I was like, "Okay, well, sounds good." I mean, it kind of sparked a little bit of motivation for me. So this was the fourth iteration in 2 years of a Minecraft server that I had attempted. Um, and I started doing the same thing that I did with the previous three, which was okay, plugins or what am I gonna sell? Blah blah blah, and it's online for a month or so, and nothing happened again. And I was like, okay, well here we go, fourth time's the charm. Great. So I was about to shut things down. I mean, it wasn't really working. I tried to advertise it um, on YouTube, and then I opened up an Instagram page because I heard that I saw that Instagram videos were going up. I didn't hear anything actually. It's
Mm-hmm.
just more so seeing that Instagram. Different Instagram pages would get so many views, and I'd be like, "Wow, okay, that's crazy." Like ones that were brand new, like meme pages and stuff like that. And I was like, "Wow, okay." Reels is definitely distributing a lot of content.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up the Instagram page, and still no traction. About a month later, and so I was like, you know what, screw it. And I just thought of like, what's the dumbest idea I can think of? Like, I was like, this is like my last shot anyway. How about I just put this post that says excited to see what you do, and make it this quote unquote social experiment where I just literally give the world, just like people on the internet, a blank world, and they can just build everything around them, spawn, dictate who, like we in the beginning we voted on who they would ban and who they wouldn't ban, like if a player was acting out. um and I just thought of this stuff, and I was like, okay, sure. So I put up this post, and I put up this little video, and it's still up on my channel. It's like one of my most popular videos. Uh, and it just like blew up overnight. Like the first night I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, like 50,000 views. But it wasn't, I had gotten videos I had a video that had 500,000 views, but this was 50,000 views with like 200 comments. And I was like, whoa, like this video is like, it's not my most viewed video, but it's like my most engaged in video. And everybody was then I saw the video first, and I was like, okay, wait, hold on. And then I opened up the Discord, and like 50 people joined the Discord. And I was like, holy crap. Like I didn't even advertise the Discord. It was just my bio. Like people just like funneled in. Like this is really crazy. And then I checked the server, and there was like a ton of people on the server. I was like, what? Like this is like a dream. Like I feel like I was like pinching myself. I was like, this is actually a dream. So I went on, and it was the craziest thing. Like I kid you not, like 20 players came up to me like in game, and they're like circling around me as if I was like an alien. They're like, "Whoa, the owner! It's the owner, guys!" Like I was like, "Whoa, like this is really trippy."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Thank you for making this server. Like we love this server." I was like, in my head, I was like, "Dude, I didn't do anything. I just like put a blank server. This was a joke. Like this was supposed to be like this is my last kick at doing this thing." Um, and then I would log on every day, and spawn would get like crazier and crazier. And then people would, because we had no protections at all. So people were, I had the best of intentions, but people obviously came in and they destroyed stuff, and they like
Of
burned
course.
stuff down and stuff like that. But the players kept like rebuilding it. Like they rebuilt it like 5 different times. Like it would get lava casted, and we didn't have what's called Core Protect now, which is a really useful tool that allows you to like roll everything back like to the exact block. And everything would everything would be nice, but we didn't have that. So like any lava cast, I'd have to like hand break all the blocks and stuff. And I was the only like admin. I didn't have any moderators, anything like that. And then people like started just building up this crazy spawn, and I made it against the rules eventually to destroy spawn. Because before it was like blatantly crazy. Like people were like flying around using hacks, like breaking things at spawn. I mean, I just had no expectations for it at all. So I didn't even like think about this stuff. I was ready to quit. I mean, this is like my fourth time doing it in 2 years.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
was just like, okay, this is my last shot at it before I just say goodbye to this kind of forever. Just because it was just too much at that point. I was like, yeah, I'm paying
Of
for the
course.
server
Yeah.
hosting. You're paying for the all the other stuff that comes along with it. I mean, you have to pay for your like checkout provider, because I anticipated on selling stuff, and in game to at least supplement the cost of the monthly server cost. But that's when I realized that my approach is, I feel like the reason why well, there's a lot of different factors that contributed to the success of the server,
Of
but
course.
one of them was like I always took this approach that like, okay, how am I going to make money with this thing? Like, how are we going to sell like ranks and kits and which is such like now thinking back, like that's such a like bogus move, you know? That's not like people like now. I mean, we're as like Generation Z, generation whatever, subsequent generations or whatever. Like we're being sold to all the time. Like we're on our
Yeah.
phones. Like we're
Hmm.
scrolling through the ads. Like every
Yeah.
other thing is literally an ad. And like people don't want to like they don't want that all in their face. They don't want like, oh, buy this, buy this. Like it just we're tired of it.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
I think what I did different. First of all, it was the Spawn thing was the big marketing gimmick,
Mhm.
and a lot of people like were like, oh shoot, that's crazy. Like no other server like no other server like lets the player base build Spawn. Like every server like has Spawn
Yeah.
pre-built and stuff. Especially like if it's public. I know you guys run a server and you may do things similar to that, where like, but or BG has a server, right? Am I
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't know if you have it pre-built or if you allow the people to build the spawn there, but this is like for everybody. It's not like closed invite. So that was definitely one, and another one was like I literally took this holistic approach to it, where or wholesome approach, not holistic. Sorry.
Yeah.
This wholesome approach where like I'm not going to sell you anything. I just want people to come on here and have a really good time. And like right away, people started like making friends on the Discord. I got messages. Like, it was crazy. I got like hundreds of messages every single day in my DMs. People wanting to join. It just like blew
Yeah.
up. People wanting to
Hmm.
join. People being
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
I.
god, this server like saved me." Like I was so like lonely. I was in a really
Mhm.
low place, and I met some friends finally, and like I just can't thank you enough. I'm like, what the dude? This
I
is insane. You know.
I think what benefited from like how from what you're saying is how you advertised your world. You didn't just advertise another server, you advertised the players, which is something that not everyone does, or like what I see barely anyone do. You instead of a place where this is something just to do, this is something to experience with. You gave them an
Exactly.
experience to enjoy, to build, to create, to have fun, and the ability to create that and enjoy that experience is what other servers just don't do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, like going back to what I was alluding to when I was growing up. I don't know how old you guys are, but like when I was like 9, 10, I was at the tail end of it being normal to just kind of go knock on your friend's door. Like I didn't have like a cell phone yet. Just
Mhm.
knocking on your friend's door on a random afternoon after school and asking his mom like if they can hang out
Yeah.
basically, and we just like
Hmm.
go like explore, do whatever. And I feel like because that's such a natural interaction was like taken away, that social aspect, like it's something that like people crave, whether it
Sure.
be like
Yeah.
in real life or on the internet, like just where you can in like on our Discord server, like it's literally like going and knocking on the door of your friend. Like we have like a VC thing where anybody can just join, and you just join. Like there's like, you can see like 5 people there, and you can just join and just start talking to those people, and people really like that a lot. So
Hmm.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right on that. It was like advertising like the player base, and then people built like these amazing builds too. Like I couldn't believe it. Like they had these massive castles, and they would build like these, just a bunch of different things, and it'd be like incredible what they build. I have it all on my
Absolutely.
Instagram
Yeah.
page.
It's that
Yeah,
need for a community. It is especially how it is now, where people aren't able to necessarily just go out and just hang out in the outside world. It's when we're able to just communicate with a community that's like easy, like you again, like how you said, going to your neighbor and just knocking at the door, saying, "Hey, if we could play," and then staying outside till it's like basically dark out. To
sure.
be able to just do that with the players in the server is a replacement that is so hard to come by with actual interactions now.
Sure. Yeah. No. Exactly. So yeah. And then fast forward today. We mean we've had thousands of players come on. We have players like from all over the world. We have, with the exception of Antarctica, we have players in every single continent. We have
You just
Asia,
you just need one
Africa.
more. You just need that one player.
Yeah. No. I just
Yeah.
need that one like scientist that gets
You
bored
read
and
that
answers.
one comment in that one video, and it's just like, oh, I forgot that was
Yeah,
a place.
totally forgot.
That's the
I
one.
totally forgot about Antarctica. So yeah, no, I mean it's crazy. We got Asia, Africa. I mean we have a lot of get a lot of love from India. So that's probably our biggest player base in Asia. We have some players from Africa. We have a lot of Europeans, a lot of North Americans, a lot of South Americans too. We've had a ton of South Americans as well. So yeah, no, I mean it's a worldwide place. Like everybody comes together, and
Hmm.
I like it. We have thousands of players. We get a lot of a lot of engagement on. I mean the community just they love it. So yeah, that's the story there. And what I've learned is don't give up, because you may be eating dirt for 2 years and have to restart 4 times, but eventually if you do things hard enough and you do things with like you're with good intentions, not with like, oh, like how am I gonna, like a scheme to like
Oh,
how am I gonna
absolutely.
exploit this.
It's I what I find is when you try to be earnest and honest to what yourself and what you put out there, I feel like there's a lot of ability to get that back.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, and we have. I mean, we're super profitable at this point. We don't sell like any pay to win or anything like that. It's just like name color changes, and we have like these cosmetic things too, that players can buy. But that's pretty much all that they can
Of
buy. And
course.
the server costs of like a couple hundred a month to run, and we easily surpass that every month at this point. So yeah, no, I mean it's been great. And then other opportunities, the social media game is crazy. I mean, when you have command a certain audience, you get different opportunities that pop up as well. So I'm starting to kind of see that. And so you're
Hmm.
right. Yeah, like when you really build things that's authentic and from the bottom of your heart, it really just the money and all that other stuff will manifest itself in that, once you've built something worthwhile.
Of
But yeah,
course,
no,
yeah.
that's what it's taught me.
No,
Yeah, that's really cool. Honestly, I liked to hear that it is involving a player base around the world, because as much as I like to think it's like that on the BGSMP or the server that I own,
it's very closed.
it's
I
yeah,
found.
no, it's inviting to the people around the world, but we've only had as much as 3 countries join in, and that was Canada, the US, and Indonesia, right? That's one of the members lives, right? It's only been open
Shout
to
out to
like,
Indonesia. I got a lot of players from there too,
oh yeah.
man. Lots of love.
Yeah, no. But like that, those are the only 3 countries that were really introduced to the server, because I guess you could say it was just chance.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah,
what we have with your server BG. It's a lot more structured rather than the free reign that
yeah,
you give it.
yeah, no.
It's how you explained it was just fascinating to me with the building of the actual your server now is the trial and errors of course. It's the
Yeah.
what I love about it, what you've done was just like advertise the players. I find that incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool. I mean, they're really what you know make up anything. I mean, you're just the people that belong to a certain place. That they're
Mhm.
what makes it great.
Yeah,
So I found that, and I just doubled down, and yeah, it was great. I mean, it's not without like hardship and
of
air
course,
as well. Like it's trial for sure and
of
some success,
course.
and then there's air. Like BG, I'm sure you've never had like people like, I mean, and if they do, you'd like take care of it right away and you know exactly who does it. But like lava cast and all that, just destroy. I mean, we get a lot of that. stuff.
No,
So
yeah.
doing what you do on your server, I mean, it just kind of filters all that, and you don't want that junk
Yeah,
either.
like
That we try to take care of it, but it's just overwhelming sometimes.
on the
Yeah.
BGSMP, there has never really been that much trouble with it. There's always a couple instances, but
There's always a couple instances.
then
but
again, with the BGSMP, it is, other than spawn, you could do anything to anywhere. Like, there's no limitations. It's an interesting mix because as long as you have some kind of a reason to do something, you are more than welcome to do it. Destruction is allowed. Killing players is allowed. You can kill it
it's
with or without their knowledge. You can do anything.
and to a degree, it's kind of encouraged because it's
Yeah, it's
half of an
yeah.
it's kind of half an anarchy server, but it's a lot of planning, and it's a lot more of a structured game rather than a free roam server.
Yeah. And in the past, I have even called it a social experiment. Now it's kind of your decision. It's everyone who's in the server, it's their kind of opinion whether it's more of a social experiment or a game. It's both, I guess, because each season is a little different. There's different advantages. There's different stuff like that changes it up a bit. So you kind of have to adapt and maybe act a little differently, right? That's kind of what the BGSMP is and stuff like that. You never know what's going on. That's what I like about it. Like,
No, you don't.
That's cool.
we are not allowed.
And that makes for good content too.
Yeah, like,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not allowed to watch CAD's videos or Nova's videos or any of that without permission, right? And even if my videos were safe to watch,
Content creators?
It's not all content creators. It
Yeah.
does make up a big portion of it, because what the server is a place for content to really be made. It's more of a not a mainstream server, more or less a content creation server.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no, and like, I just love the fact, and like, the thing is, some of my videos are safe, and I know that they are safe for members to watch because I haven't given much information about my game style or where my banner is. In case you haven't seen the series, they have to place a banner around, and if that banner gets destroyed, you get turned into hardcore mode. But I haven't, I haven't really. There's some videos where I haven't really given out that kind of information, so it didn't matter. But regardless of the fact, I don't want people knowing anything, right?
The premise of the server is more or less a competition.
Yeah,
where everyone starts off in creative mode to make alliances, friendships, as well as plans of betrayal, essentially to destroy people's other banners to get them into survival and essentially get them out of the game to be the last one standing.
And
it's a server of alliances and betrayal, essentially.
And despite this being called a competition, it's hard to tell. Like, everyone has the same goal, but nobody knows when people are going to try and really reach for that goal or really try and do that, because the thing about the server is that if you try and pull a move too fast, a target will be on your back, and suddenly there are three or four, sometimes the whole server, jumping on your back and trying to eliminate just you because you have taken it too far, or you have tried to do something.
Too much to get the
right.
entire server on your back. So
yeah.
It could last from like a couple months to like a year sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, it's never last that long.
but
I believe season 1 was the shortest season, which just lasted like 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah. I remember starting in like May a couple of years ago.
That's long for because we see a lot of players come and go. I mean, just the natural cycle of a Minecraft server and games in general. That's like that 2-week phase is kind of accurate. So that's a long time for you guys.
We've had like what 3-4 seasons of this so far.
Yeah, just about starting our 5th.
Yeah, we're actually getting ready right now to for all the preparations to get ready to start making the 5th season.
Do you guys ever accept like a new player, or I'm
Oh
sorry, a new
yes,
player, an old player,
an old player.
back
Yes,
into the mix?
Actually,
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll save this for a little bit. I'll save this for a sec, and I'll give you guys some input on what season 5 will hold. Since I think it's just around the corner, I think it's about time to reveal what's going on with it. Since it's more unique than any of the other ones.
Are you gonna say it, or are you gonna pause?
Okay, you know what? I thought. Wait, do you have anything
Dramatic
to add?
pause.
Do you have anything to add?
I was
We
waiting
have
for
a
you to
lot
start
of
explaining
these.
it, and then he kind of okay. For how it's okay, I'm gonna go with that. What I was gonna say before is how it's worked in past seasons.
Yes, just
For
go
the
ahead and
first
say that.
season, BG kind of just sent invites around to a whole bunch of his friends, to get the first season started out. So it was basically just a lot of us just meeting for the first time. That was a lot of friends of BG. Season 2 around, it's most of us are remained in the season. However, BG did send out an application, allowed other people to apply to join the game. Season 3 rolled around, and a lot more people who joined the server that wasn't around originally, but still consisted of most of the original people in the game. And then season 4 rolled around, and it was a completely new cast of people who all who had never played before. And
That's cool. I like that concept. You get a lot of content. It's kind of like, I mean, it obviously it's not like that, but like, you know, like those shows like Love Island and all that stuff. You know,
oh
where
yeah,
have you guys heard of
where
that?
it
Yeah, like
where
you
it's like
just like
different
introduce.
seasons, but it's still similar
Yeah,
premise.
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good content strategy. Do you guys get like clips and stuff and all that too? You guys farm that?
Clips. We do have a couple
Like little
clips.
clips. Okay.
Yeah, we do have a couple clips. It's I don't like when I'm in the BGSMP. I kind of stick to that kind of style particularly for the duration that I'm in the season, right? So I don't really post many shorts or do many podcasts. Not that we really, let's be honest, not that we really do many podcasts to begin with. But when I'm in the
Well,
BGSMP, it's like this is kind of what's going on, and I will post as many episodes as I can with the best quality that I can until I'm out. Um, yeah, and yes, I can get out of my own series. Um, it's
yeah, it's
happened.
happened before.
It's happened 3 times
Oh, that's
before.
cool.
I wasn't in the 4th season.
Uh,
Um,
have you seen? Do you know the YouTuber Grian?
Oh yeah. Yes.
It's kind of a similar thing where he like if he could get out of his own series, and it
yeah,
just won't be in it
Okay.
anymore.
That's cool.
yeah.
If I were you guys, like, I mean, do you guys live stream it, or what's like the strategy for like farming content in general from the BG?
It's a lot of from what I've seen, because I don't create content, that I leave that up to other people. A lot of people choose to do their own styles, because we've had a couple of people who streamed the SMP, not well, not
Okay.
SMP, but the server, and we've had some people just make videos of the server. So I think a couple shorts have been made of the server, but that was mainly BG stuff. It's a lot of mixed media, and it's a
Hmm.
lot of the fact that like half the players are just regular people who don't really create content, and like the other half are actual content creators. So we have a mix, both where you're allowed to create content if you want, but that's not the main source of um, enjoyment in this series.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' like? Do you guys have like a reason why you created BG? Is it just like because it's like a fun for the people involved? Do you guys do it for like content for
So
BG's channel?
the reason I kind of started the BGSMP, it was mainly for entertainment, but and like because I this is after I watched the first season of Third Life, and I thought, okay, how can I? This is a really cool series. How can I make this my own idea? Um, well, okay, that sounds like I'm stealing ideas now. I just took major
I
inspiration
mean,
from Third Life.
Inspiration.
I've taken inspiration, but and kind of made my own idea and then like added advantages and stuff. But it came from entertainment, inspiration, and because at this point when the original BGSMP season, season 1 started, that was coming out of Infinite Wonder. since that has just ended for, well, forever, right? Um, yeah, no. So that's why, I thought, okay, well, I don't know what to do now. There's only so many building videos I can do because as much as I like to make those, it's easier to get burnt out, right? I like interacting with people more.
Yeah,
So
no, a lot of people
yeah,
don't understand how easily you can get burnt out making content. Like even my content, that's like really short. You have like these really elaborate videos, so I can definitely see like you getting burnt out from your videos.
yeah,
Like even my videos, like doing like a one a day sort of upload. Oh my God. I mean, like just with everything else that you have to do, you know,
yeah,
like throughout the day and like, obligations that you have, social, you have, your significant other, your family, whatever else you have to do, your job. Oh my gosh, like having to
It's
upload daily is a grind.
it's a lot of juggling with your enjoyment and real life things you have to take care of. Where
Sure.
it's very what I find it, because I'm an artist. I find it really easy to be burnt out from just trying to continuously do something I enjoy while still trying to do other things.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we all have to live, life too. You gotta,
yeah,
relax and a lot of people don't factor that in. And that's when like the burnout stuff, comes into play. People talk about, I used to like think like burnout, like, come on, like really?
Burnout?
Burnout?
It doesn't exist.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you're just like you're just spoiled. But then you kind of experience it and you're like, oh my gosh. You're like,
hmm,
I just literally don't want, I really like the last thing in the world I want to do is this right now. That's like basically what
yeah,
burnout is.
and
Even
something.
if it's the thing that you love, it's just like
Yeah. Oh yeah. The thing that you love to, for 100,
Mhm.
100%. Even the thing that you love.
Something interesting that's happened recently. I'll talk about season 5 in just a sec, but since we're on this kind of topic about burning out and stuff, um, I've been making content for just over 3 years now, right? And I I'd like to think I've kind of slowed down on content creation for the last little while, but for the first 2 years, for the first two, actually just after BGSMP season 3 ended, I was very consistent, and I loved what I would love what I was doing. I still do love what I'm doing despite posting less. But whenever I get a chance to really like lay back and relax, I'm like, no, no, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. Right? I'd rather do this than that. But as soon as I slow down with the content creation, I realized like, hold up. Okay, I haven't posted in 2 weeks. A year ago, this would have given me like some kind of a freaking anxiety attack. Like I'm sitting there like, oh
Oh
come on, I
yeah.
want to do something. I want to do something, right? Um, I I want to post. I want to build, and like it's not just I need to. I want to as well, right? But despite still wanting to do that, it's kind of something that shifted to the back of my head. And it's just like, as of right now, I'm here. I I'm like making the most of where I am a lot more, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, no, you're right. We often, and I was just thinking about that today actually. It's really funny that you bring that up. Like, you know, like it's really important to just enjoy, the moment and the journey to get wherever you're going. And of course, have that like goal in mind, whatever it may be or whatever you're building or working
yeah.
towards.
Hmm.
But just enjoy that process, like, and just like, okay, well, this is like downtime, like I want to enjoy this, or this is like, you know whatever have you, whether it's downtime or you're working on the project, or you're, like you said, you're working on your mental health or your fitness in the gym, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
So yeah,
lie.
no, like,
I kind of explained it like crap earlier. You guys are explaining it a lot better than I am. I think it's time to talk a little bit about BGS and P season 5. Um,
oh wow, okay,
yes.
I want to hear about
Now,
this.
it is a different player set. Okay. And it's a unique one. So the what is it called? The theme of the season is newbies versus veterans. And how it works is each team, quote unquote team, has a team banner. And once that team banner is destroyed, then that means you can attack any one of the individual banners from a team, right? You are not allowed to break an individual banner or a banner that belongs to a specific person before breaking that team banner, because that then makes them all vulnerable. That goes for both sides. As soon as, let's say, if I was on the veterans team and someone were to break our banner, that doesn't mean I have to go right for the newbies banner either. I can break people's banners from my own team. So these teams are very temporary. Chances are there's going to be a lot of like killing people from your own team just because you don't get along, you don't agree with the same, strategy as them. So like these teams are very temporary, most likely. But I'm just wondering how it'll work if people think, okay, this is the way it's set. We're in these quote unquote teams. What do we do? Since they have to work together in some kind of way so that they can get, some people from the other quote unquote team vulnerable. But I'm not the best at explaining. Okay, I don't think that's don't think that's old news exactly. But the main idea is it's newbies and veterans are all put in the same server, and we're gonna see what happens. Will the veterans look at each other and think, okay, I remember him from season 2. He's a threat. I want him out. Or will they just team up against the newbies because will they think that, how will it work? I don't know. And that's why we're doing it.
That's really cool. And I have some commentary because I have a lot of experience dealing with a huge array of players and just observing what they do. And it's really funny because sometimes like two players that don't hate each other, like for like a month straight, like I'll see them a month later, like they're like best friends. And vice versa too. Like two friends that know each other in real life on my server, like they'll be like at it for a while and just like be collaborating. They have a big base or whatever, and then they'll be like enemies like a month later. So I mean, I think it just kind of depends. That's gonna be interesting to see for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Like what's gonna happen here.
Looks like one of those friends accidentally misclicked on their dog. Uh-oh.
Oh god! Oh no! That has broken up relationships.
Immediate end of friendship. Base blown up. Like I said earlier, it's a lot of alliances and betrayal. I think is what it is.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool aspect. It just that's like the cool thing about the social experiment. A lot of people, they don't understand like a social experiment. Like what does that even mean? It's like, well, it's like a simulation that's playing out. I'm giving you an opportunity to just exist here, and I want to see what you do.
Yeah,
like what
we want to see how they communicate, what their reactions are to these things,
exactly.
how they go through with it, how they deal with it. It's really fascinating to see the players in each situation just try to cope and deal with each situation that's handed to them.
Oh yeah. That'll be interesting for sure. And then you said you're gonna have oldies and newbies too on
it's a lot of old players, and there's gonna be new players, and we're gonna see how they interact with each other, with how will the old players interact with themselves, and how will they interact with the new players, and vice versa.
Yeah, none of the new players really know each other either. So like they don't know if they can trust each other. If they've seen if they've seen any videos in the past I made about the server, I've been a part of many alliances, and some of those alliances lasted so far through the season, but then suddenly one of them, Smiley, just turns back and tries to kill me, right? So can you really trust anyone, God. Right? So these teams they're probably going to be very temporary.
Absolutely, because like you could have an alliance that lasts like an entire season, and one thing goes wrong, and the alliance essentially falls apart.
Yeah,
and it's really interesting to see how those play out.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting for you guys. So when is the new season coming out?
The new season, it's we still have to go through the applications and stuff. That actually, we're still accepting applications as of right now. Um, but
It'll
as of the video, as of this being released, it's probably going to be long gone. But yeah, no. As of right now,
it
at the time of this recording,
hopefully sometime. What were we thinking? Next month?
oh, I thought you meant for the upload.
As in, like the server being up and ready to go next month is a big
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Let's be honest, probably both. But yeah, no, we're hoping to get the season started. It's kind of hard to come up with a specific date, but
We're still working through it.
we need to just give them a couple more days, throw in applications and stuff.
Yeah.
Look through those applications, get some players on, and then start the season. And give them a little introduction.
Applications, interviews, stuff like that. So we need to go through that process still.
Yeah.
But, well, once that's all out of the way, we should hopefully have it up and running.
So how do you guys like advertise? Like, what do you guys do? You put out like a YouTube video and say like, hey, who wants to be a part of the? And then you of course get your old players as well.
So, as for advertising, we do have some other content creators, advertising with us, or not directly
cool.
advertising, but they are recording on the server
Like
and
promoting the
therefore,
videos by
yeah,
playing on.
and they're promoting the server by just playing it and recording. But then there will be like YouTube shorts that I'd post where it's just like, okay, applications are open, you can join, you can submit an application whenever. There's also been quite a few people in the Discord server just waiting for from past seasons to be a part of the server. Yeah, it's not.
It's not like an open server like how yours is. Again, it's a lot of application processes. It's you send out like essentially like I hate this comparison because you don't really, it's not like a job, but it's like a job needed, like a poster that you'd see on like the side of a wall or something, like saying, oh, they want an interview for someone. It's kind of like that with the internet. Like hey, we want applications, see if you want to join. It's
Nice.
just
Yeah. No. I mean, we have the same thing with like moderators, right? It's like they kind of apply, and you kind of just, it's not like a job,
yeah.
You
But
just
it's like the application is kind of similar to like how you get a job.
yeah. Do you guys have to like vet people? Like, what do you guys ask for? Do you like what do you like what are you looking for in an applicant or whatever? Like, get them to, like, look into them.
Someone who just plays Minecraft, and is yeah, no, like there isn't much that it really takes to be part of the server. You just have to be a kind, just
It has to be a lot of like respectful of the rules and other people's around them.
yeah, and just like
Whether
show that
they're
you're
able to actually join the server every once in a while to see they're actually able to play. A lot of how compatible are you with the players? Are you willing to communicate and talk to everyone? A How well do you fit in with, like, how well are you able to communicate with the other players? Um,
yeah, but like most of it
Oh, wow.
is just like, are you a kind person who is willing to have a conversation if it comes? That's what a lot of it is. It's just, do you have those social skills? Since after all, this is the game that requires a bunch of
it's a
social
social
interactions,
experiment-esque
right?
game. So
Yeah,
we look for programs that would able to meet those abilities to they'll be able to join, they're able to play, they're able to communicate with the other players effectively, as well as they're respectful to everyone, as well as the rules that play.
Now, have you guys ever had anybody that like, these guys, sometimes these people like are psychos on the internet, whatever. Have you had someone that's like looks like an amazing candidate up front and then they just completely switch up on the back end when they join the server?
We have, yes.
Okay.
Luckily it's only it hasn't like it's not like this huge thing that happened. It was just this
Yeah.
one-off thing where it's
Okay.
like but it did end up happening. um we found out that they weren't necessarily fit for the server. So we went through a couple of processes. We had a BG had a talk with them. They were sent on their way, and we found another application to be able to join the server instead.
That's good. I mean, at least you kind of just whipped it right back
Yeah,
into.
it was really fast with how we did it, and try to make it respectful for both sides of both for that player to see why what's happening and that's why, and for us and this is why it's happening, and we would look for, yeah, but it's only happened like that one time. So every else we've got off some we're good at somehow we're everything else. It
Yeah,
was just
no,
that one situation that we had.
yeah, no. So it hasn't
Cool.
really, it hasn't really happened a lot, at all, right? But yeah, no, it did happen. It did happen. So there's no, I don't really want to go too much into detail about it because
Yes,
at the
and
end of the
that's
day,
why I just
it's
said what I did.
like, yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's not, well,
It's not a huge deal.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
really
like
not a huge deal.
as you probably have dealt with your own, probably quite a few problem
Oh yeah, are
players
you
compared
kidding?
to
I've
us.
seen it all at this point. Oh
So
my
like,
gosh.
because you have a pretty big server over there. We just have to deal with a handful of players. You have to deal with like a gated community.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah,
like,
no,
with
it's
us, it's just,
thousands.
with us, like, and now we make sure we get to know the players
Yeah,
quite a bit before
that's
even doing
we've definitely
that.
improved our our interview process since then. So and incidents like that won't necessarily happen again.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. I mean, yeah, you just got to tighten up,
Yeah,
the
we
strings.
it happened in our second season, which was when we actually accepted applicants to join past just us. Uh, which then we had to after season two happened, we had to just tighten up and really go deeper in with the interview process.
That's good.
Yeah, no.
That's good. I mean, I had this guy recently. I mean, we recently had to reset the server, um, because this guy he was like a bug hunter.
Oh,
It was so bad. So he was actually really useful in hunting dupes and stuff like
of
that
course,
because
yeah.
there was a lot of stuff like that going on in the server, and he had like permissions to in order to patch the dupes. I gave him permissions to the luck perms, which is the permission files, and he had access to the default rank, which he would, there'd be some plugins where people would have certain permissions, and through those permissions they would be able to dupe stuff, so he would patch that. And he had like that permission for months, like 4 months, and he was great the entire time, never really was a problem at all. um, really respectful. I've spoken with him maybe like 20 times. Just very often. Just had
Yeah.
calls with him and different things. And one day, uh, I guess one of my moderators that I had uh, caught him like having a bunch of dupes or something like that. A bunch of like
Oh.
his own dupes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and he got like really upset. He deleted the whole world.
Oh.
Oh
He
no.
corrupted the file. He killed everybody like on repeat for like 3 hours. And my guys are great because the server's 24/7. There's always someone on all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least like 20 people on, like 24/7, no matter what time, whatever. Um, and my guys like somehow like were able to take control back of the system, ban him, everything like that. But it just goes to show you, I mean, oh my gosh, that was terrible. We just had to reset because he corrupted the world file, and the world file was huge, like 700 gigabytes. So
Oh,
like
Oh,
just
jeez.
uploading that back in was just a pain in the neck, and the world was corrupted. He did something like with like some command. He gave himself like op power because he had access to the permissions file. It's
Hmm.
just a big
oh
mistake on
yeah.
my end. But he had the permission for like 4 months. So
And didn't do
and he
anything.
was
So
ready.
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand like the
Uh,
assumption like, hey, this guy seems like he's doing what he's like I said he would be doing. He's doing good with it. those are we're gonna leave it. And especially because it lasted 4 months. You kind of built up that trust just to have like that one
Right.
instance like actually show what was happening. It's awful.
Oh, and it happened in like, it was a couple hours. It happened in an hour. He just snapped and he went off crazy and stuff. But yeah, no, it just kind of goes to show you that. But you guys have been. It sounds like you guys have been lucky, and also you guys
Oh, we
don't have.
have.
It's not open.
We also have like a very small. It's a very small
Yeah.
server of just like
Yeah.
It's gonna be like what 16 people in the next season. So
Yeah.
Great.
It's a very
Cool.
small server, and like half those people we already know from past seasons. So it's only 8 that we really have to now. I don't think we have to, but it's
we
only
don't
8
have to
that we have
just
to,
just to be
be
like
cautious
aware
with
of.
or aware of,
Oh
right? But
yeah.
even
Oh
then,
yeah. I
we
mean,
can
yeah.
trust
But like
the veterans to, bring anything
Sure.
back if we need.
and especially because it's not necessarily a huge server. It's just a world that opens up so everyone can play at once, and then it closes. So it's not a 24/7 thing for something like that to
Oh, so
happen.
you guys are like time windows.
Yes, yes,
Oh wow. Okay.
it's opened. I'm pretty sure like what like a couple times a week. Like more often once a week. Like 3 4 times a week where it's just open for like a couple hours straight and then it closes back up again just to make sure that everyone is there to have the ability to play together and not just like that like no one is able to like yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's like
Oh
how I
wow. Okay.
kind of managed to get rid of the whole 2 week phase. Yes, there is still a little bit of burning out, but it's helping a lot slower because there's a certain time frame that you have to join within, and you don't have to worry about some friends getting 6 hours more, 6 hours
Time
more
compared to
time.
like to
Yeah,
have an advantage to play than other players because
yeah,
again
Yeah.
it's quite a different than a regular open world server like you own.
yeah, and
Yeah,
like,
and in this game too, like you get so like with like an app or something, like I don't know, Clash of Clans or like I don't know, Flappy Bird or something. Like you just kind of open your app and you play a little bit and then you're done. Like Minecraft, I feel like it's one of these games that like sucks you in like for hours. Like a lot of my
Absolutely,
players
yeah.
are just in for like hours and hours and hours, and like it's intense gameplay, and that's also causes that like burnout. It's like
Yeah,
I'm over.
that's why it's like that like a couple weeks like Minecraft addiction that people have that like they're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I haven't played Minecraft for," and so they play like for like a couple weeks to them like a month straight and they're like, "Ugh, I'm so tired of it again." Because there's so much
yeah,
to do, you get sucked into the game that it is the point where it becomes overwhelming that you have to like stop and take a break for them or like it becomes so repetitive that like you need to step away from it. So having the open close times in the server really allows people to take a break in between sessions so they can actually continue playing for a longer period
sure,
of time.
sure.
yeah, no, and like for me, the
That's
biggest
awesome.
issue was like when you get into a friend's world or something like that, you you get a bunch of stuff done. You're both at the same kind of place, but then it's just like, okay, it's 9:30 now. I should probably start heading to bed. You get on the next day at same around the same time. Let's just say noon. It's during the summer. That's where this is the story is happening. Let's just say it's in
Sure.
the summer. It's happening at noon. Decide to log on, and then your friend has beat the game, built a house, and you're still living in your little
Your
cave.
hut that you
Yeah.
just
He did
just
full
made.
netherite, all. He's got a diamond block
Yeah, it's just like
castle.
you're still sitting there wearing
What a sun beacon.
iron, if that. Right, like maybe half an iron set, and then there you go. Right. Uh
Oh my gosh.
that was the biggest issue for me in the whole like 2 hour period that the server would be open. Usually that kind of helped out with that too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good strategy. I like that. Hey, you guys are really successful. Canadian, like, Canada has some pretty. I mean, they got a lot of YouTubers. You got Spotify. Um,
a lot of actors came from Canada too. Like a lot, like
a
a
lot of
Yes,
actors.
surprising
sir.
amount of actors.
Ryan
You guys got
Reynolds.
the
Yeah.
Nelk Boys. The Nelk Boys, come on.
We like yeah, a whole slew of different actors that people be like, he's Canadian? What?
Yeah, no,
Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, no, they see him at the Grammys or I don't know what. Wait, what awards? I guess it's the Grammys for actors.
It's Oscars.
It's
And
Oscars.
there's
Okay. But what is the Grammys for?
Emmy. The Grammys is music.
music.
Okay, I'm getting this all mixed up. Sorry, I'm
Uh,
terrible with movies or these
Oscars
shows.
are just actors.
Yeah, no, you see all these people at the Oscars and it's just like um you only then realize if someone were to win if uh they were Canadian. It's just like that is when you'd figure out if they're Canadian, right?
I
So
just
do
searched
you
up a
guys
list of.
have?
Sorry,
Do you
you
guys
can.
have like Canadian, like they're Canadian, like you're like, oh yeah, he was in that Canadian movie, like that
No.
came out, like you guys,
No.
oh no, okay.
No, we don't know
No.
until like they win an award or something.
I
I
see.
just searched up like a list of Canadian actors, and we have Ryan Reynolds, Michael J. Fox, Ryan Gosling, Jim Carrey, Seth Rogen,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Mike
Dang.
Myers,
Dang.
Michael Cera, Keanu Reeves.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
A
no.
lot of
Yeah,
really
no.
popular actors came from up here.
Well, what I was thinking is like, in like the UK, like you'll see like all the actors in basically like Harry Potter. Like, oh yeah,
Oh,
those
they're
are,
all like
and then,
they're all like from the UK and everything.
yeah, and you see like a UK movie somehow, some way, it's like playing on your mom's TV or whatever, and you're like, wait, that's like Snape. He's like in that English movie. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. And they all in like England, they all know him. They're like, oh yeah, that's Alan Rickman, Snape. Or
No.
this guy. Yeah, he's like
The most surprising one for me. Have you ever seen a House MD?
Yes.
Yes.
That
feel like
guy's
clips.
British.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he is.
I've
blue
seen
eyes?
interviews.
And
No,
yeah, House,
yeah, no, with
like,
the
straight up is
House.
full, like as soon as he talks in like actual interviews, you could tell immediately that man's British.
Yeah, he put on
There's, like,
such a
no
good American
mistaking
accent
it.
though. Like is
Oh,
insane
wow.
actually. Yeah.
Huh. Hugh Laurie. Yep. United Kingdom. Wow.
And he sounds very British.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's actually it's insane. It's insane. We are approaching the 1 hour 10-minute mark.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
wow.
it's been a while.
Wow, okay.
It's been a while.
No candy corn this time.
Yeah, no
guys.
talking
I
about
mean,
candy
geez.
corn.
No, our candy corn was actors today. That's what.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Well.
So
Okay.
you wanna
Looks
call
like
it for
yeah.
time?
You guys want to wrap it up there?
Yeah. So, Mr. One Main, I don't know if you ever seen one of our podcasts. You probably haven't, at least to the end, because this is probably one of our better ones in terms of like us
Quality.
and just
Yeah.
not stopping talking. Like you'd see a bunch of pauses. So there's a good chance you just never made it through one of them. But so basically, we all go up to the camera, or I guess it's just a player up there. That's I'm using this camera.
Before we do that, do you want to like say where you like anyone could find you? Any last things
Yes.
before we get to the ending?
Well, I want to thank you guys for having me on. I mean, this is my first podcast ever, and you guys are awesome. And then, of course, you can find all the socials, just One Main World on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
All right.
Awesome. I'll
So
try and link some of them.
You're gonna have
And
to get up
shout
and move.
out BGCUBED and the BGSMP too.
Thank you so much. Shout out to the One Main World server.
We're gonna have to ask you to get up for the first time during this entire.
Yeah.
And actually get to move your character.
I was eating my sandwich, so I just didn't move my head. This is our first time getting up.
Okay,
We're gonna be all crusty and stuff.
We're having to move.
Yeah, just come on up, stand on the table. We all get in front of the camera. Okay, so how did the outro go?
So we sit here, we stand up here, look up at the camera, which is his eyes.
Wait, is it just like my bit? So it's just like thank you all so much for. I think it might be.
It's just thank you how much for watching, and then we jump and say goodbye. And like,
right.
You need to remember this.
Yeah, no,
we've done like get here. Like you can't just stop. Okay.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Need the high ground. There we go. Well, I just realized. Why are my arms so skinny?
Well, it's been like that the entire time.
It's been like this the entire time. Oh, jeez.
I'm glad you just noticed.
I'm supposed to be bulking. Yeah. That's the reason why I'm eating during all this. Okay, so.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for watching. It's been an awesome time having Mr. One Man World here. Thank you so much to him as well.
So thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. If you've liked the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Maybe, you know, comment if you'd like, have any other suggestions, anyone else you'd like to have come on. But anyways, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ready? We're all gonna say it.
Okay.
And good.
You'll have to say goodbye. Good. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.